So it's been a while since I came online. I know I'm a little behind in posting video also. Actually, I've also only already shot one video, but I've not edited it yet. So probably I'll do it in 1 or 2 days. And yeah, so meanwhile, I thought, why shouldn't I come online and talk about what I have been reading, what I have been doing. So currently, I'm reading Dust Child. This is our book club's pick for the month, and the I have this book. I had this book, I think, since 2 years, but somehow never picked it up. The book is based on Vietnam. I mean, Vietnam War is the background of the book, and it is written by, it's I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's Nguyen Phan Q Mai. I hope uh, I'm pronouncing the name correct. She is the author of the international bestseller The Mountains Sing. And Alif Shafak says about the book, dazzling, sharply drawn, and hauntingly beautiful. Alif Shafak is one of my favorite authors, and when she is recommending a book, I better read it. So, yeah, let me read the book blurb. Four lives entwined forever by decisions made in a time of conflict. But what happens decades later when they unexpectedly converge once more? Trang and Quinn, sisters who leave their rural village for bustling city of Saigon, desperate to find work to help their impoverished parents. When they take jobs as bar girls, paid to be paid to flirt with American soldiers, they must decide whether they are willing to turn their backs on the people they used to be. Fong, one of the thousands of mixed race children, abandoned by their American fathers and Vietnamese mothers. Fong grows up surrounded by rejection, insulted as a black American imperialist, and a child of the enemy. But he never gives up hope of finding his parents and proving he is more than a buoy, more than the dust of life. Dan, a former American helicopter pilot, still plagued by regrets about his actions during the Vietnam War. Now he has returned in the hope of confronting the demons that refuse to fall behind. Okay. Second Vietnam War and the present day Vietnam. It's about Fong, who is a mixed race child. He has an American father, and his mother was a Vietnamese, but his mother abandoned him when he was just a baby, and he was raised by a Catholic nun. And when the nun died, he lived on streets and barely made a living for himself. And he wants to go to America, but he is rejected again and again. And meanwhile, Dan, who I think might be his father, he has come to Vietnam with his wife, because all these years he has been having nightmares. He has been undergoing therapy, but nothing has helped him. So his wife suggested, why don't they go back to Vietnam so that he can confront his demons. So that's what the story is like by now, and it's quite an engrossing read. The book is 324 pages, so I have already read 113. So I hope to finish this book within this week. Yeah, hello, Techomex Burger. Hello. Another book that I read recently is Life is a Battlefield by Priya Arora. Finding Peace, Insights from the Eternal Wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. So I've already put up a brief review on my Instagram, also on YouTube Shorts. I'll just read the book blurb. Life unfolds in waves of duality, marked by highs and lows. Like Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, there are times when each of us stands at a crossroad, feeling overwhelmed, desperately searching for strength and yearning for answers. Krishna's spiritual guidance is the key to overcoming even the most daunting challenges in our path. The Bhagavad Gita instills a winning mindset that leads us from confusion to clarity, from anxiety to inner peace, and from bondage to liberation. In Life is a Battlefield, Priya Arora draws from some of the most illuminating verses of the Gita, which are central to achieving a sense of fulfillment. The teachings encompass enduring truths such as viewing adversity as a teacher, understanding our inner reality, practicing selfless action, cultivating equanimity, quieting the restless mind, and recognizing that our actions have consequences. Priya demonstrates that the Gita is more than just ancient philosophy. It offers perennial wisdom relevant across time and fate, addressing existential questions that have perplexed humanity since the dawn of civilization. This insightful presentation of universal truths highlights the enduring relevance of the Gita in our lives today, inviting the reader to rediscover the fearless warrior within. So it's a very insightful book. uh, if you are interested in spiritual reads or thought provoking reads, or if you want to understand Bhagavad Gita better, and specifically how to relate Gita to modern day problems, then you should read this book. So, another book that I read was Amar Purana by Pooja Rai, 22 Eternal Stories from the Sacred Texts of India. So, as the name suggests, and the book contains 22 stories. You might have read a few of these stories, or you might have heard about them. Let me read the blurb. What if ancient legends held the answers to your modern day dilemmas? In the chaos of modern life, where ambitions collide with worries, Amar Purana brings ancient wisdom to today's world, one powerful story at a time. In every myth, a message. In every tale, a truth for today. Reimagined from the Vedas, Upanishads, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Puranas, these short, thought provoking tales shine a light on the dilemmas of everyday life. Ethical choices, emotional resilience, leadership, love, and the search for meaning. Each chapter is more than just a story. It is a journey into timeless truths drawn from the lives of gods, goddesses, sages, and warriors. Whether it is Sita's strength, Karna's loyalty, or Sulabha's fearless independence, the characters speak directly to our inner struggles and aspirations. And to make your reading experiences even more engaging, each chapter is paired with a custom designed crossword, a creative, reflective exercise that reinforces key ideas and makes these stories unforgettable. Perfect for anyone who is lifelong learner. Amar Purana is your guide to ancient stories, modern meaning, and joyful introspection. So yeah, as is mentioned in the book blurb, this is what I found fascinating: the crossword at the end of each story. So that makes for a very uh, impactful exercise. And now let me tell you the stories in this collection. There are 22 stories. Yudhishthira trapped in a prophecy, the search for deeper answers. Tomorrow is another day. Yuyutsu rose to dharma. Untangling happiness. Yagnavalakya and Maitreyi. Pitri Paksha. Everyone has a debt to repay. The woman who lit her lamp. The dialogue between Janak and Sulabha. Akshay Patra, redefining our Patra of values. So, all of you must have heard of the story of Akshay Patra, the vessel in which the food never ends. So, it is very beautifully related in the narrated in the book. Then Subhadra Haran, serendipity or strategy. Amba reborn is Shikhandi, gender fluidity for a purpose. Ahankara, guard it tight to get it right. Nala and Damayanti, the story which redeemed Yudhishthira. Chandra, the retainer of our mind, loses his heart. Lopamudra and Agastya, exploring the relationship. Prajapati's eternal teaching. Da da da. Agni, balancing it right. Udalaka to Svetketu. Humble heroes have always won the war. Look here, look there, you will find them everywhere. Dikpala guarding us all the way. The sagacious dialogue, Lord Rama and Kevat. Embracing impermanence. Kubera's rise to divinity. Draupadi and Satyabhama's conversation. Quest for a blessed relationship. Partnering for life. Starry tales from Arundhati, Vashishtha, and Dhruvatara. The power of solitude. Save it for the last. When uncertainty looms like a shadow, let truth be your guiding light. Jabala to Satyakrama. So yeah, And there is one more book. I forgot to bring the copy with me. I also read Tension Matle Yaar by Divya Prakash Dubey, which is a non-fiction book in which the author narrates his own journey, how he was so confused while he was a student. He didn't know which path to take, what to do, and because everybody else was doing engineering, he also opted for engineering. Then he did his MBA. He joined a corporate job. He worked in telecom sector, but he never enjoyed being a part of the corporate herd. And his passion was always writing. He used to write during the weekends. And how he slowly made a niche for himself in writing, made a name for himself in writing, and how his first book came along, and then he left his corporate job, and what were his teachings, what is his advice for the students and the youth. So it is all very beautifully written in the book, and Divya Prakash ji's writing is beautiful. And though it's a non-fiction, and I am more of a fiction reader, but I thoroughly enjoyed reading it, and I'll highly recommend it to you all. In fact, I'm thinking of doing a detailed review of the book also. And so probably by next week, I'll put up the review of the book also. And yeah, meanwhile, you can also pick up the book if you are into Hindi books, and the language is simple, so you will not find any difficulty in reading it. And yeah, and I'm also listening to the audiobook of the Taiwanese travelogue. This book has been longlisted for International Booker this year. So this is my first book from the long list. I don't exactly remember the name of the author, but as the name suggests, Taiwanese travelogue, it is a kind of a travelogue where the author has gone to Taiwan, and she has an interpreter with her, and in spite of her best of efforts, she is unable to form a bond with her interpreter. And there is a lot of food talk, a lot of local food cuisine which is mentioned in the book. uh, so I'm into early pages, so still too soon to form an opinion, but yeah, I have just learned about so many Taiwanese dishes in the book so far. So yeah, that's what I've been reading. And I would like to know what you guys have been reading. Any questions if you have, so you can let me know. And I know, in spite of my best of efforts, yeah, Pushpinda ji, hello, how are you?